Why are all these people coming in the store with no clothes on? Girl, your WAP is out. Hey lovies, welcome to my corner of the galaxy here in the Celestial Council. Tasha Monet Sims here with another Desperate Housewives for you. Today we are back with Savanna Greenwood, and let me just tell you, some time skips have happened because Cody, who was a toddler the last time we were with this household, is now a child. So I know this happened only because I spend time in each household and sometimes I don't get to them in time, and so I miss some milestones. So we missed Cody's birthday, but Cody has aged up into a child. And if you don't know who Cody is the son of Savanna's wife, Abby. Um, and we were with them. Oof, I don't even remember when. It's been some time. But we were with them some time ago, and Savanna went ahead and got herself $100,000 loan to open up a garden shop because she is now the owner of Greenwood Garden Shop, although Abby was against it because Abby is the one who is going out and working. She actually works for a PR firm, and she's been handling the bills and things like that while Savannah was staying home and taking care of Cody, who is now a child and goes to school during the day. And so Savannah, she's been having this shop and it's not going so well. She is barely making ends meet. She is making just above what it costs to run her shop, and she is trying her best, but things aren't necessarily working out the way that she would like to. And because she has some outdoor displays and it gets really snowy and things like that, things don't always work out. So we're going to go ahead and get Savannah into some clothes, and then we're going to go ahead and have her go to her shop so we can see what's going on over there. Like maybe we can help her out and things like that, because things with her and Abby have been a little frosty. Yeah, they still sleep in the same bed. Yeah, they still live in the same house. They haven't talked about like taking a break or anything like that, but there's definitely some tension between them. We really don't want that to happen, but let's go ahead and head over to Greenwood Garden Shop. So for those of you who did not see the episode of Desperate Housewives where Savannah purchased her store, this is Greenwood Garden Shop. She did some renovations to the top of the store and made it a cafe. However, it's more of a money guzzler than anything because no one actually comes up to the cafe. They usually spend their time down here going ahead and shopping for plants and things like that. Okay, so Carmen wants her to hang out, but she can't. She has to open up her shop. She needs to make money to pay back this loan. And so it's just Savannah and one worker, Megan East. And Megan is a college student, or at least Savannah believes she is. We're not exactly certain what's going on with Megan and her story, but Megan is her sole worker who comes and works and restocks after Savannah makes a sale. Savannah would definitely like to hire another person to actually help out with the store because then she'll have more time to talk to more customers instead of, just going around and trying to speak to everybody, because it really gets her, a little bit like frazzled because there's usually a lot of people who come in. So this here is Megan. And so basically, Savannah usually has a lot on her mind. While she is here and she's working, she's always thinking about like if Cody is okay, because for most of her life, well, not most of her life, but like for most of her marriage, like she spent her time just being inside the house and taking care of him. And now that she doesn't have to do that, and she's, I guess you can say, finally has a challenge that could possibly end her marriage, she's just like really stressed. And so she'd like definitely more time to actually just talk to customers and see what's up. And excuse me, little boy, why is you not at school? It is 1:20. Oh, this is a little girl, Evie. Evie Delgado, I love that you are a customer, ma'am, but why are you not at school? And so it is a freaking blizzard outside, and so people are freezing. If I get a little thermostat in here, will they be okay? I don't even know, but let me get myself a thermostat. Let me see. Let's get a thermostat and let's try this out because I don't know. Thermometer, thermostat, same thing. Hello, y'all. Why can I never find what I'm looking for when I'm in build mode? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this little thermostat, and hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer in here when people come in because we don't want all of these people. Why are these kids not at school? Ma'am, you came in with a full face of powdery makeup and you got your ass out. And you're a socializer, you ain't even here to buy. What is her task today? Megan, what is your work task? You're answering customer questions. You know what? You answer their questions. I'll ring them up and restock. And let's also, make sure that we talk to her and get her. Can I not skill her up? Am I doing this wrong? Is it under friendly? Hello? Oh, manage Megan. Y'all, I'm so slow. So let me go ahead and praise. Let me make sure that I also check up on her. And let me also make sure that can I not get her to get some skills? You know what? Whatever. Let me just go ahead and do what I'm doing. Sis, I should say no actual clothes, no service, but if you hear you gonna buy, you gonna buy. So let me also make sure that I suggest options. Judith Ward. Oh, Judith Siddiqui. Apparently she's married with a crazy last name. But I mean, so people definitely do come to the store. Actually, let me have Savanna hire a barista, and maybe people will actually use it today. But I mean, we definitely want to make sure that we're getting our customers together. And so while Savannah's talking to these people, what she really wants is for Abby to come and see the store and see that it was definitely worth like the loan, although it really Savannah isn't really certain if it was worth that loan because she just she really doesn't know if she's going to be able to make ends meet all the time, right? Because she hasn't made a sale yet. She's been open for quite some time. And oh, a sale is coming. Perfect. So we can go ahead and ring up little Evie Delgado, who's been skipping out on school. Oh, damn. She's going. What is she? Sis, what is wrong with you? Little girl, I want to sell you stuff, so let's go. Right? And Judith in here got paparazzi in here when all I want to do is sell my stuff. Like, what in the what? Okay, so let's go ahead and ring her up. And Megan is doing so good with like talking to the customers and answering their questions. Usually I have her on restock, but because she is, like doing really good with talking to customers, we can restock and ring out customers. Like that's perfect. Hopefully we can get another person. So one person answers questions, another person restocks, and Savanna does all of the ringing out. Because we really just want to make sure that these things work out for us because it's sometimes a struggle, right? Just trying to go through and make sure that we get these things done, but it seems like Megan has things all together. And what I'm definitely going to have Savannah do is make sure she just sends a little text to Abby because I haven't really been talking, but I'm gonna have her send a text to Abby and be like, I've been working today and I just can't help but think about you. And maybe we can, like hang out or talk later tonight and like figure out what's going on because I know you're like stressed. Like Savannah really is just concerned that she's going to lose her wife. Like owning a shop was her dream. Like, she just wanted to make sure that she had something for herself as well because it's not like she was thinking that she was like going to be on her own or anything like that. It was mainly just that she didn't want it to be where she was just living at home and not, like doing anything that she felt was worth her time. And it's not that being home and taking care of Cody wasn't worth her time, but she knew he was getting older and he wasn't going to need her to be watching him 24/7 anymore. And it sucks that the thing that she wanted to just make her feel better about her own life could possibly be something that makes her lose her wife. And so she's really just, I guess you can say, struggling with her decision. And she does want to take the time to, like, I guess you can say, work out the issues between them, but she also doesn't want it to be where she has to give up this job or this shop, right? We are going to make sure that we do close the shop because we do want to make sure that we get home in time to see if we can spend. Why are all these people coming in the store with no clothes on? Girl, your WAP is out. What in the... Okay, so let me go ahead and close the store for today. We'll handle the restocking next time. We are almost at enough perk points to hire another salesperson. So we're definitely going to do that. But I'm going to get Savanna to go back home and see if she could just spend some time with Abby. Maybe they can go out somewhere and like have a nice little conversation and just kind of like figure out what's going to be happening with their relationship, because right now I don't really know what's going to happen with the two of them. So Savanna is finally back home and she wanted to go ahead and have a conversation with Abby. And so she's just like, Abby, just let me show you what's going on with the shop right now. Like, the shop is doing so well. Like, you really would definitely enjoy just like coming to see what it is that I do and how it's actually not going so bad. And I think if you just gave this and like my dream just a small little chance, you might... What in the... Hello. You might see that things aren't like as bad as you think they are. And Abby is barely listening to Savanna right now. She's doing push-ups and things like that. She's not even listening to anything that she's saying. So, Savanna's going to take a step back and she's just going to ask Abby about her day, right? Like, Savanna came in and she was just talking about her shop and things like that. She didn't take much time to really talk to Abby about like what's going on in Abby's life. And I don't think that Abby particularly cared for that, right? And so, she's just really talking to Abby about like a whole bunch of different things, just like asking Abby about all of the things that could possibly help them get to a point where they can figure out this rift between them. Because for Savanna, divorce is not an option. Going and doing other things is not an option. For Savanna, they just get it together and they work it out. Like, Savanna does not see any other way that they could live their lives. Like, they need to be together. Like, Savanna was there for Abby when Abby was in a really tough situation. And now that Abby is out of that situation, I don't think Abby remembers all of the things that Savanna did for her. I mean, Abby is definitely a bit younger than Savanna. She is a young adult while Savanna is an adult. And she doesn't really quite understand, that because Savanna did make the sacrifice of staying home and taking care of Cody when Cody was younger, that it didn't mean that Savanna would want to do that forever. And yes, Savanna did take a huge loan out without speaking to Abby about it. And Abby is the one who's making money for the household. That if for whatever reason Savanna's business went like down or under or whatever like that, like Abby would be responsible for that bill. And I don't think Savanna has taken the time herself to also think about like the stress that that could put on Abby. And they're really just like taking the time to talk about these things because for the last year or so, like they haven't really talked about them. They just lived their separate lives and they were doing whatever it is that they needed to do. And Savanna is not certain if she could do it much longer. Like she needs her wife back. And so she's asking like, do you feel really close with me? She's like asking like, are we still, like together? And Abby's just like, yes, why would you even have to ask? And so let's go ahead and have Savanna, just talk a little bit to Abby again, just let's ask Abby for a little bit of reassurance. Like, Abby, like, did you think it was a smart decision for me to do what I did? And Abby, she said yes, but I don't think Abby really believes that. I think Abby is just tired of them like fighting, and she's just like, I think that what you did was stupid. I think that it was selfish, but I do understand why you did it. And I do know that you felt like you were drowning in just being home and being alone. Like, I get it. I understand. I know that you wanted things that I just kind of brushed aside. And so Savanna's going to discuss their future with Abby. She really just wants to know, like, we're going to stay together and we're going to be good, right? Because I love you and I don't want this to be over, but I love that shot too. Like, you should have seen it today. It was amazing. And Abby's just like, a movie's on, Savanna. Do we got to talk about this right now? But they just, they have a lot to work through, and by no means is everything over for them. And Savanna, Abby said, I always see a future with you, Savanna. And so they, regardless of whatever was going on between them and the issues, like Abby and Savanna, while they're not, I would say, solid in terms of like all of the things that have been happening with them, like they are trying to work through their issues. They don't see like ending their relationship or anything at this point. They really do just want to make sure that they are like just trying their best to do what they can to be there for each other, like they've always been there for each other. And if that's going to take just a lot of time, like working through this, whether it's through therapy or other means, they will. And so I'm going to go ahead and let them go ahead and woohoo. They haven't woohooed in quite some time, so they can go ahead and woohoo. And I'm just so happy that they took the time to really talk to each other and figure these things out. And I'm actually going to end right here with them on this happy note. And I definitely do thank you for joining me for this episode of Desperate Housewives. If you like this video, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling so moved, definitely go ahead and share this video with your community. If you would like to see your Sims as Townies and my LPs, make sure that you upload them to the gallery with the hashtag TMSTownies. As always, I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm Tasha Monet. See you next time.
Sometimes I feel like I done lost it, and I don't even really know the cost yet. But every time fear is on my mind, you remind my soul that I'm free. I know I can't go on my own. You came so I wouldn't have to go it alone. You took the long road so you could show me home. Found love better than I've ever known. So now I know that I can say you are exalted above everything on the earth that I've seen. Cause I know that my dreams come alive in the love that you promised to me. I'll keep singing your praise and you know I believe.